Man, I tell you, with this COVID-19, it is so hard to be a frontline nurse because I don't have the PPE. And look at these whiskers. You think an N95 that isn't specially designed is going to pit on my face? No. And it turns out that 20% of all the infections since February are in the healthcare workers. We are dropping like flies all over the place. And the reason is we don't have the PPE. The administration's like, don't you wear a mask? Don't you wear a mask out on the wards? You don't need a mask. There's nobody COVID positive. Yeah, why are they not COVID positive? Because you cannot test them. Because they don't have the symptoms. Then they cough on us. The next thing you know, Kitty is on a ventilator writing out the will. Okay? All the little kitties. You number 1 kitty, you're going to get my litter box. Number 2 kitty, you're not getting because you've always been mean to me. Number 3 kitty, you can have the little jingly toy that I love to bat around with my paws. I just want to live. I don't want to die like that on a ventilator. I don't make enough to afford to be on a ventilator. I'd rather just die, get the life insurance, and send the kitties to law school so they can sue the out of these bastards for killing their mama. Management is like, oh, how come you're doing this and that? Did you not get the email? And I'm like, I got 3,700 email in my intranet box. Last time I checked, my job was to take care of the patients, not read your stupid emails. They're like, we're communicating. How about you come into the hospital from your undisclosed bunker location, come into the hospital and tell us to our face why we don't have PPE. Maybe we will understand if you tell us, oh, we're working round the clock to try to get it and the Chinese are holding it and we have no money because no one's doing outpatient hip procedures that make all the money and you're a loss leader and you're expendable. Tell us to our face and maybe we will respect you. Tell us to 3,700 email and we will just put it into the spam where it belongs. Okay, that's called working smarter, not harder. Okay, we learn from the best. And so I said, okay, I'll play your game. I open one of the emails and it just says, attention, Snapple. And I look at the subject, the rest of the email, and it says, make sure, because Jaco is coming, make sure to take the Snapple off the nurse's station. I'm like, really? So Jaco thinks that taking the Snapple away is going to really bend the curve. Thank you, Jaco, for bending the Snapple curve. I'm pretty sure the diet Snapple and the non-diet Snapple, taking them away when we're dehydrated and probably at risk for getting infected and dying. I would like to die with the Snapple in my mouth, but if you want to bend the curve by removing the Snapple, thank you, Jaco, for adding so much, and thank you, administration, for sending the email. It's really helpful in this time of need to support us with administrative bullshit. We got an email memo from admin saying if you wear a mask on the wards, you will frighten the patients, the HCAP scores will drop, everybody will be unsatisfied because the hospital will no longer be very welcoming, and so you will be fired if you wear a mask out on the nurse's station. And I'm like, bitch, I would rather be fired than be fired in a crematorium when I am dead. And then they tell us, you know, there are no N95 masks, so maybe you have to fashion something like CDC says out of the fabric. And so what does Bessie do? She gets in her car wearing a red bandana over her face. Next thing you know, she's in the prone position herself being tased by the police because you forget where this ghetto-ass hospital is. I mean, wear the wrong colors, your life could end. COVID-19 is my favorite revenge. Colors. Now you are telling us you're laying us off and giving us salary cuts, but still have to come to work and risk our lives. And then the CEO's like, don't worry, I'm going to take a 20% pay cut myself. My $10 million bonus is going to be $8 million. I'm just like you now when you round down. I no longer am 3-digit millionaire. Now I'm 2-digit millionaire. I'm like, I can't afford kitty litter. So I just wipe with my paw now. Man, I tell you, these administrators, so Barbara is logging in from Epic at home. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe she's going to help us find us some support. Maybe she's going to help me chart or write the notes. Or maybe they'll say, you know what, don't bother with the charting. Just take care of the patients. Maybe that's what she said. No, She was auditing to make sure that my care plan, okay, said DVT prophylaxis. She was auditing to make sure that I clicked the box that said patient is not pregnant. That's what she was doing. She was critiquing my care plan. I'm like, this is not the time to critique the care plan. This is the time to bring your fat ass into the hospital and help me swab these mouth holes and prone these patients. She shuffled out of her office, okay, when she's not working from home. Shuffle out of the office in a full pepper. I'm like, I could use 1/3 of a pepper right now. Okay, I just use the top of the pepper. You got the full pepper. You're not even touching the patient. And she shuffles out of the office and puts up a poster of a kitty, and it just says, believe. Like, we need more than the inspirational poster, okay? I need that pepper. These people, they had all this time to prepare, okay? They're like, oh, there are people in Wuhan eating bat. One day, that bat eating is going to karmically come back to bite us in the buttocks. Maybe we should prepare for that, okay? It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hope and a world of people eating bats. There is so much that we share. It's transmitted by the air. It's a small world after all. So get N95s and prepare, you idiot. You know what's crazy? Okay, the NBA closed. The Matterhorn at Disneyland closed. All the concerts, like I was going to see Celine Dion, right? It closed. All of Las Vegas closed. But me, I am not closed. I am totally essential, okay? And my job is 70 times more dangerous than Celine Dion going, I will always love you. I will always love you. Right? I should get hazard pay. Maybe the nurses will finally get some appreciation. Huh? Right, Maureen Walsh? Who's playing cards now, This essential kitty. That's who. The person who's managing your ventilator, and swabbing your dirty little lying mouth hole to keep it moist because you decided to throw a dinner party for 50 of the ding-dong friends of yours after the lockdown because you bought all the Totino's party pizzas from Costco and they wouldn't take it back, you hoarding ass bitch. And then administration's like, we're going to use technology to help you. And I said, great, what are you going to do? We're going to put cameras in the patient room so we can help to manage the patient. And I said, this is great. Then I walk in the room and I see a camera. It is not pointed at the patient. It's not some nurse on the other end looking at the patient, make sure, patient hasn't fallen. Patient's not getting vitals out of control, need to be ventilated. No, none of that. No, the camera is pointing at my whiteboard. And the person watching is the DON to see if I made clear on the whiteboard what time it was, what day it was, and what the patient's care plan was. That's what they were using the camera for. I don't even know what day it is. Okay? Whiteboard? Really? That's your priority? How about get me an N95 mask? I don't want to be essential anymore, okay? I'm tired. I'm gonna burn this whole place down, okay? It's gonna be an upgrade. All the other nurses keep telling me, with the mask on, we can mouth all the bad words about the administration. And I'm like, yeah, but, the problem is the eyes give it away, resting eyes. There is some bright side in all of this because everybody is intubated and sedated and there are no visitors. It's great because nobody's threatening my life. There are no visitors going, if daddy dies, you die. Tell me again through the glass. Tell me again through the cell phone how you're going to kill me. Yeah, you're scared to come in here. I'm not scared of anything, okay? Not only that, but because everybody's intubated and sedated and there are no visitors, it means that guess who controls the TV? This kitty right here. Okay, every single room, synchronized Tiger King on Netflix. I tell you, if Joe Exotic were running this hospital, he would get us two things, okay? PPE and a bunch of expired Walmart meat to feed all of the staff. That's, you know, and I've done a lot of self-reflection during all this, and never in my life would I realize that my little paws would consume more alcohol than my mouth. It's a brave new world we're living in. But one thing I know for sure, that bitch Carol Baskin totally killed her husband. That Doc Antle, I don't think he's a doctor. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. I'm not sure I would let him intubate.